Hey there! I'm making this video to show you a step-by-step on how I sync the sunlight from the HDR with my light source. If you take a look here at the shadow, there's a shadow cast by the HDR sun right here on the ground. You can also see here the part of the tree and the shadow projection from my light source. And you can see there that they're aligned. How do I usually do this? I have a sphere here, and this sphere is with a black metallic material. I usually position myself with my back to the sun, as if the camera was facing away from the sun. And I keep this horizon here aligned. The first thing I do is disable game settings, just so the light doesn't keep changing. So here we actually have the reflection of the sun. Look how cool. This is the reflection of the sun from the HDR, and this is the reflection of my sun from the light source. So when you place the light source in the scene, it comes in like this. -45, almost -46, and 0. So the first thing I do is this. I set this parameter to 0. And then I start rotating counterclockwise. So it will rotate, rotate, and then appear here. And then I go to this parameter and start rotating it this way. You see this halo, relatively large. This soft angle I set to 0 to make it smaller. And then I fine-tune it until one parameter matches the other. In this case here that I've done, it was 208 here and 108 here. And it matched exactly, and I like to use it here with 05, right? Return to the same value. I'm here with my sequencer open, already positioning the camera that I'm going to animate. I bring it back here, and then you can notice that it aligned well, the shadow projected from the light source with the shadow from the HDR. This is the HDRI. My skylight doesn't have HDRI. I like to use this system for it to capture the scene, the lighting of the scene. Here I can make it more contrasted, because of the intensity, or a little less contrasted. I'm usually using 03. And this cube map resolution also changes the image contrast a bit. For example, if you put 512, you'll see that it pushes here on the highlights. I ended up using 128. I thought it looked prettier. It even brings more definition to the shadow projection. So if I switch here to ray tracing, which will be the rendering of this scene, then I have here the projected shadow, beautiful, more defined, of the leaves coming from our light source with the lighting from the HDRI. The HDRI I'm using is from the Haven site. It's a Quantane. I really like this HDRI for a very simple reason. It doesn't have many elements here on the horizon. It has a very flat horizon, so it's quite beautiful. We have various options for where you want to turn the background of your image. I like to use these HDRIs because there aren't many trees or too much information. It makes framing easier for me. Okay, folks, that was the tip. Maybe a lot of people already know this trick, but maybe there are some who don't know and find it somewhat difficult to position the shadow from the HDRI with the shadow from the light source. I'm using here 5 for intensity. If you want to make it a little stronger, go to 2. Or if you want to make a much stronger sun, I thought that 5 was a very good value. especially because the sun in this HDRI is about in this position. It must be a 4 p.m. sun, so I ended up not making it very strong. Okay, folks? That's it. Another tip. I hope you liked it. Leave a like if you did. Leave a comment if you liked the content. Thank you,